Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. Today, we are going to talk about the Oregon Trail, and I got a great surprise for you at the end because I know a lot of you like playing video games. So, first off, let's just take a quick look at the assignment. We're going to do the Oregon Trail. Now, for you to do the Oregon Trail, you're going to need a website. So, right here, the Oregon Trail web link. So, I'm going to click on it, open it up. So, it's going to load. This is going to be a fun little assignment. Got some great graphics. So our overall question again is our crucial question is why did people travel west on the Oregon Trail? And again, when we go back here, why did people travel west on the Oregon Trail? So for this activity, our directions state complete the questions below as you progress through the web quest. Complete sentences. It says it right here. So our first section, part one, has a total of 4 questions. Now, these questions are really straightforward, but we're still going to go over each and every one. So let's look at the questions first before we start reading. One is, why do you think, or in your opinion, was Oregon called the land of plenty? So as we read, we're going to look for this terminology, land of plenty, and how it is applied or used when talking about the state of Oregon. Question two, why do we refer to the people of Oregon Trail on their way to a new home as immigrants? So we're going to be looking for this terminology as well. Question three, what did a typical outfit for travel contain? Outfit, we're going to be looking for that and it's going to pop up in our web quest. And we're going to talk about that. And then question four, I apologize. Where do you feel your family would stand on going to Oregon country? Would they go? Why or why not? What would your reasons be for their decisions? And now, so this question four is pretty much an open question. Based on your family dynamic, would they want to go on this trip or would they not want to go on this trip and why? Reasons for their decisions. Okay, so let's take a quick look. Let's go back to our Oregon Trail. As we scroll through, if we look, Oregon fever. And when we go back here, part one, Oregon fever. So that now realizes our answers for those 4 questions are going to be found within this section. So I'm actually going to do one section with you today. Okay. Oregon fever. The Oregon Trail was a major migration across North America in the mid 1800s. It was a 2,000-mile journey that became a passage to the land of plenty. For many of the immigrants who traveled it, they hoped it would lead them to more freedom, good farmland, better health, or to escape poverty. So, if we go back to our first question real quick, why was it called the land of plenty? And we go back to our original. Look, here's the word land of plenty, and it gives multiple reasons. They're all right here, guys. So just read through that. Let's scroll down. Wagon ruts on the Oregon Trail. So these are called ruts. So it's like a old school road that wagons have like moved dirt out of the way and foliage and plants, and it's just dirt, so nothing now grows here, and it kind of gives the path of the Oregon Trail. So if we scroll up, during this era, nearly 1 out of 20 Americans relocated west of the Missouri River. Through many found adventures and success on their journey, the trail was full of tragic encounters and difficult times. The road to the west, known as the Oregon Trail, began as a series of trails used by Native Americans and fur traders. Its first real migrant traffic came in 1843 when a wagon train of about 1,000 people left Independence, Missouri, bound for Oregon. From that time on, the Oregon Trail saw hundreds of thousands of travelers until the late 1860s, when a transcontinental railroad offered a new way to reach the west. Okay, we read a paragraph, so let's go back. We answer this question. Why do we refer to people on the Oregon Trail on their way to a new home as migrants? So we really haven't gotten to that just yet, so let's keep on reading. The start of our journey followed the Platte River through present-day Nebraska to the northwest loom of the Great Rocky Mountains, and to the south lay the desert. The Platte River offered a central corridor to those headings west. Much of this land was already occupied by Native Americans. Pawnee, Kansas, Cheyenne, Arapaho, Lakota Sioux, um, Shoshone, Bananook, Nez Perce, Cayuse, Walla Walla, Amatala, and Chinook were some of the nations populating this vast area. Now, pioneers were called migrants. Oop, key word right here. So now we know that we have an answer coming up. So if we look here, we're looking for this word right here. And look, right here. Pioneers were called migrants as they were relocated out of the United States into the frontier territory. They journeyed up the Platte to the North Platte, where the Sweetwater River, which led them through the South Pass. From South Pass, their route went along the Snake and Columbian Rivers to Oregon, or the Humboldt River towards California. Okay, so this answer is really key. It's in the first sentence, guys. I'm gonna let you kind of read that again. So again, question 2 is found right here in that first sentence. So let's continue. Independence and St. Joseph, Missouri were common jumping off places. Large number of immigrants gathered there before heading towards the west. This was the place to make sure your outfit was fully assembled and equipped. Uh-oh, key word right here, outfit. So we come back. Question 3, what was your typical outfit for the travel contained? So, was fully assembled and equipped. A wagon, a draft animals, food, tools, and clothing were gathered together to sustain a family up for 5 to 6 months of travel and camping out. Pretty amazing. Now, that answers this question. Now, this fourth question right here, guys, is an editorial. There is no wrong answer. Based on what you know of your family, would they want to go on this Oregon Trail or would they not, and what would there be decisions? So think about, does my family like to go camping? Do they like the outdoors? Or maybe that's not their thing, and tell me why, okay? So as we go down, we're going to find some more information, okay? So we go here. Planning a 5 to 6 month trip across the rugged terrain was not an easy task and could take up to a year. Immigrants had to sell their homes, businesses, and any possessions they could take with them. They also had to purchase hundreds of pounds of supplies, including flour, sugar, bacon, coffee, salt, rifles, and ammunition. By far, the most important item for successful life on the trail was a covered wagon. It had to be sturdy enough to withstand the elements, yet small enough for a team of oxen or mules to pull it day after day. Now, most wagons were about 6 feet to 12 feet long. 6 feet wide to 12 feet long. They're usually made of seasoned hardwood and covered with a large oiled canvas stretched over wood frames. In addition to food supplies, the wagons were laden with water barrels, tar buckets, and extra wheels and axles. Okay. Editorials. Go for it or not go. Look at the following editorials in this newspaper. So, these newspapers will open up for you, and it kind of gives you an idea what's going on. So the Rocky Mountains can be crossed by wagons and families. There's no obstruction in the whole route that any person dare call the mountain. Even delicate missionary women have crossed the mountains with no ill fate. Missouri Gazette. The Indians are hostile, true, but overlanders traveling together in large trains are safe. In all probability, they would not meet an Indian or to interrupt their progress. The Army has forts and soldiers to protect them that will be provided. So this kind of goes to all of these right here for your editorial question. So this question right here, you can use these little snippets to kind of read through. They're kind of fun. And think about that and then your own family and see if they would do it or not. You can even talk to them. That'd be kind of fun conversation at the dinner table to have. All right, now part 2, life on the Oregon Trail, starts right here. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys to read through this, but I definitely want to go over these questions with you, okay? The Oregon Trail. Why did travelers decide to leave the Oregon in the month of April? So there's something about leaving in the month of April that made it more appetizing for people to leave. Find out why. What was a typical day like for travel on the Oregon Trail? So as you read through this, you're going to get some ideas of what it was like for everyday travelers. I want you to summarize it in your own words. Okay. Question 8. What were some examples of hardship people encountered on the trail? So what issues came up that made it very difficult for people on these trails as they moved forward? Give me 3 examples. Okay. Now, I have a video excerpt right here, The Promised Land. This link can also be found on our webpage if we scroll through right here. But I've also put it right here for you. So just to show you it works, you're going to click on it. It's going to open up to the Oregon Trail. And it opened up right to there. I apologize. You'll just click right here, guys. You're going to watch that. Based on what you've learned so far, choose 3 words to describe the people who traveled on the Oregon Trail. Example, why using facts from the text and the video. So words. You're going to give me some words that help describe the people on the Oregon Trail. Now, part 3, Time Machine, article from the Ottawa Free Trader published in June of 1345. So we go back, we scroll down. Here's your Time Machine, the Oregon Trail. And we have multiple articles for you to read as you go through. And when you come back, according to the article, how did migrants plan to do once they settled? So once they traveled to Oregon, what were they planning on doing once they got settled? That means they have a plot of land, they've decided to do something and move and settle down. Question 11, how does the author convey the importance of pioneer journey for the country? So the author is trying to convey something. Now the word convey means trying to get something across, trying to get their point across with their writing. They're trying to paint you a picture of what they're talking about. Now tell me what that is for the journey for our country, okay? Now this terminology will definitely be in the article right here. Now the Oregon Trail, there's some fun stuff going on here. Now obviously you do have your post-it note, why did people travel west of the Oregon Trail? But for my gamers out there, I found some really cool games. This is the old school Oregon Trail game that you can play. And you can go through it. It has a couple of cool things that you can do with it. And then I also have the original Oregon Trail game, which is kind of like the DOS version of it, the old school version. Not as color coded, I believe. Give it a moment. It's DOS. This is an old computer. Welcome to Macintosh. It's a fun game that you guys can play if you're interested in doing it. It came out in 1991. And you can go through this and you can load the game and play it. It's a lot of fun. It's just kind of cool to see what it's like. It's a fun game. So you get to play that. And at the very end, you're going to answer my question, why did people travel west on the Oregon Trail? So just have fun with this. And if you can get this done Friday, it shouldn't take you that long. But again, you have 3 assignments that I gave out this week. No matter what, they're all going to be due Sunday at 9. If you need extra help, or Sunday at 6, I apologize, let me know. I'm going to have an open forum tomorrow for us to talk. And I'll post that link again. So just let me know if you have any questions. You can shoot me an email, all right? Hope you guys are doing good, and I'll talk to you soon.